I'm recording a lesson in Revit architecture with respect to reflected ceilings and view range, and how view range and drawing extents and underlays, which are all parameters of viewport, control what you see. I have two views tiled, one of a second floor reflected ceiling plan, and to the left of it is this section, which you could see reveals itself when you select it. Couple things that are wrong with this reflected ceiling view that are preventing the ceiling from revealing itself. See, I can't select it and it's grayed out. One problem is view extents, underlay. The orientation is set to look up. That always wants to be set to look down. I have no idea why Revit sometimes defaults otherwise, but you want that to look down. The other thing is that the view range, in order for the ceiling to show, the view range, the ceiling needs to be within the scope of the view range. Let me show you what I mean by that. If I select the ceiling, properties palette is telling me that that ceiling is at a height of 10 feet. Okay, when I select anything, it reveals itself in multiple views. If I go to my reflected ceiling plan, the ceiling is still selected. I can't see it. Why can't I see it? Because I'm gonna click elsewhere so that the properties palette reports on the view. It's critical that you understand this if you're going to do ceilings, especially if you are going to vary the default elevation of this ceiling. If I go into view range, what is it telling me? It's telling me that the top of my view, the offset is 10 feet. That tells me I can't possibly see a ceiling whose elevation is exactly 10 feet because I'm cutting right through that. So there's several ways to deal with it. Okay, I'm picking up where we left off, so there might be a little interruption in the recording. So here, this is a view range and what it's telling me. And okay, so Revit achieves a high point in counterintuition here. Consider this. View depth. Okay, it's saying the top of my view is 10 feet. And that's 10 feet from level 2. So level 2 is 10 feet. So 10 feet plus 10 feet is 20 feet. Level 3 is at 21 feet. So it's saying, let me see if I can annotate this section view, and we'll come back to it. So what it's saying, I'm going to take a hidden line, a detail line, because I know the lines are green, and it's saying that if I draw, oh, I can't quite do that, can I? Yeah. If I draw a line here, and I measure to it from level 2 to that line, I'm going to place that line exactly. So let's select a line and just place it at 10 feet. Okay, so it's saying that's the top of my view. So that's the top of the view. If you look closely, the ceiling exists. The bottom of the ceiling exists at exactly at that point. So you have the option to change the elevation of the ceiling from 10 to 9 feet, in which case it magically appears again. Or we need to mess with, modify the view range. In the next lesson, I'll show you how to do that, because it is extremely counterintuitive. Unless you map it out, you'll have a tough time with it. Thanks.